Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book, whoa. He has a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional shit.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So, Jason, Dedeker, how are we doing today, the last day of Leviticus?
It's Leviticus Day.
Leviticus.
Leviticus ending day.
Leviticus is ending.
I really can't believe it. I can't believe the sense of accomplishment that I feel that I've read the book of Leviticus. I've read all the Levitical laws.
Who's done that? Nobody.
Oh, nobody
Not
on
a
this
single
earth.
person.
Not a single
just
person
the
on this
three of
earth
us.
has done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, pretty soon it's going to be the interviews and the TED Talks.
Oh my gosh,
and
you're
the
right.
interviews on late night TV talking about what we found in the book of Leviticus that no one has ever heard of before.
Yeah,
Well,
nobody
they've
knows.
heard of it, just no one's
one's
actually
actually
read the
read
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah.
That's true. They haven't pieced together all of the little intricacies.
Like we have. Look,
Yes.
we
Yeah.
sleuthed them so good.
Thoroughly
yeah.
researched them.
We are now the definitive guides to how to
I'm pretty sure a lot of
Be Levitica.
universities.
be Levitical.
I'm pretty sure some universities will definitely give us honorary doctorates
Mm.
for having
Ooh.
read the entire book of Leviticus and being the only people on earth to have done it.
I still am so surprised by those out there who are like, when I'm like, yeah, well, we're reading the whole Bible, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, well, have you? And they're like, yes, many times, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But so I don't know, maybe I should believe them, but I don't. Actually, I don't believe anyone, because from what the two of you say about there not being people out there who really read the whole Bible.
No, I think there's a lot of people who have the perception that they read the whole Bible. I don't think there's a lot of
Perception
people.
is different than fact.
It's very different.
Yes.
No, I think
indeed.
unless you're an academic scholar who's specifically studying these things, or you've specifically done like a course,
read the whole Bible in a year
you
sort
know,
of program or something.
or you've been just
a theologian.
or a very serious person who really is dedicated. Like I don't think, and no one unintentionally reads the entire Bible. Is my theory.
It doesn't just happen.
I don't think
Yeah.
it just happens.
You have to make a concerted,
Yes.
dedicated effort of perseverance.
yes,
Like
Yeah.
we're doing.
yes.
Right.
You have to
Either-
make a podcast.
Either way, they're glossing over some of it. So.
Definitely,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, and speaking of what happened last time in the penultimate chapter of Leviticus,
The penultimate chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone remember?
Jubilee. Talked about Jubilee, the feasts.
Jubilee.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was all of the let's talk about all of these cool holidays that the people of the Jewish religion now have.
Yes. Yeah, we did talk about holidays.
And the calendar a bit. Like
a little bit of the calendar. There was a little bit in the last episode
Yeah.
too before that, talking about the calendar.
Well, there was some confusion. We talked about this more in the bonus content,
Yeah.
but there's some confusion about how Jubilee works.
Yes.
Is it every 50 years or every 49 or,
Also talked about on Jubilee is when like land gets passed back to its original owner. Servants get freed, like indentured servants essentially can go free.
Right.
They also went into specifics about how you can enslave other peoples but don't enslave other Hebrews, which is
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
standard.
yeah, we were kind of
operating
talking about some
instructions.
nationalism a little bit
Some
and
tribalism
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to piece together what Jubilee's all about,
Yeah.
how the reverting of property actually works, and,
Yeah.
and kind of all the specifics of that.
Yeah.
Indeed. All
So-
right. What are we drinking today?
Well, Dedeker and I are having irony. I think
I
that's,
bet you are.
Pure
How
bottled
ironic.
irony.
yeah, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon from
yes.
California called Irony, and I just know it by name. Have you had it before?
I've never had it before, no.
Okay, you
How
just like
is
the
it?
name,
It's
too.
quite nice. Yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's
all
very
right.
drinkable.
I might have to take these puppies off, these Invisa puppies, and get a little drink-a-link. What the hell am I drinking? Let's see. Okay, Bogle Vineyard Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
I'm a
it's-
huge fan of Bogle.
No, I
think
know.
it's a very affordable wine, but
That's
very
when
good
you
quality.
said no. When I saw that it was a Bogle, I was like, oh, it's a Bogle. Dedeker loves Bogle. Yes.
Can I ask an ignorant question about
Please.
wines?
Yes, you
I don't
may.
know if I
Come
have an
on.
ignorant answer. But
So Sauvignon
Wow, look at this. Look at this lady over here. Say it. Yes.
Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yes.
Are those is the Sauvignons related to each other, or is it like an adjective that like what's the deal?
It's a grape varietal.
Yeah, both of the grapes were discovered by Monsieur Sauvignon.
I see. So
Are
the
you-
grapes
are
aren't
you-
related.
Oh, I
but-
see.
Yeah, but they were found by the same.
Wait, are you
No,
making
she's
stuff up?
full of shit
Am
right
I?
now.
Am I?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a varietal. It's just a varietal of the grape.
Yes,
No,
it
but I
is
mean,
a varietal
are
of the
those
grape, but it
two
was
different
discovered by
wines?
Monsieur Thomas Sauvignon. Developed both of these breeds in France in like the 1650s.
But the two wines themselves are not related, except in that the same human discovered / created them. I can't tell if she's telling the
I
truth.
can't either.
Like I'm looking at her
I'm
face.
making everything up.
Yeah, that's
okay?
what I thought.
Like,
That's what I thought. I was like, no, she's full of
I'm
shit.
entirely basing this all around the fact that like I have family in Napa and I'm the only one who maybe remotely would have the shreds of like osmosed wine knowledge.
Okay, there was once upon a time you used to really like talk up your wine knowledge, but I
Yeah.
actually think that I know a little bit more about wine.
Well, you may have
from
mo-
having a sommelier for a brother, and also
That's true.
and also,
And also-
working in restaurants for
I think
years.
you're definitely at a place now where like you talk about wine more on a daily basis as far as like
Yeah.
recommending it to people. Yeah. I kind
Yeah.
of just know the wines that I like.
Yeah.
Is like the extent of my knowledge.
But once upon a
you
time,
know?
you definitely
And
were like, I know
and
why.
If we're talking specifically about like the Napa Sonoma region, I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot more about specifics there and like different growing regions and stuff like that. But like
Sure.
worldwide, as soon as we get outside of California, I'm like, I don't know, this French wine tastes good and this French wine doesn't taste good to me, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
kind of more specialized. But this is not a wine podcast. We're not to the wine drinking parts of the Bible yet.
Ooh, I can't wait till that happens, though. Okay. So what are we doing?
I did look up some stuff, and they are actually related grape breeds to each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Did
they
you learn
are
about
actually-
Thomas Sauvignon?
No. What I did learn about though is that the Cabernet Sauvignon was, well, I don't know when this article was written, but not too long ago because it's on the internets. But it said that like DNA testing was done that determined like how these grapes were related to other ones.
And it was like, Cabernet Sauvignon, you are not the father.
yeah, basically. Basically, yeah.
Can we talk about the Bible?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. What are we doing?
What
right
are we
now?
doing? I mean, we're reading the end of Leviticus. We're reading
The last
Leviticus.
2 chapters?
Yeah, chapters 26 and 27. It's only 2 chapters, so
That's
you two are
been
going to
the
take
thing.
the first one, and I'll read us the last one.
Okay.
Because it's a little shorter than the first one.
Cool.
And so we're just going to do this. This is it. After this, we will have broken the world record, be the only people in the world to have read all of Leviticus.
Yep. And then what? Then where are we? Deuteronomy? Deuteronomy? Or numbers?
Numbers. First comes numbers, yes.
But I wanted to just say the word Deuteronomy all the
Oh,
time.
all in good time, my child.
Yeah,
all
we'll
right.
be able to say it many times.
All in good
Then
time.
we're just going to be reciting numbers from 1 to whatever.
Yeah, that's what the book of Numbers is just us counting on this podcast. It's
It
going
was
to be
the-
great.
It was the first time numbers were written down past roughly 50 or so,
Yeah,
whatever it took
yeah.
to get to Jubilee.
Yeah.
Now they wrote down more of them, and that's
There
the
you
whole
go.
book.
Yeah.
It's going
Okay.
to be real good episodes of the podcast.
We'll have to try to like make jokes about certain numbers. Well, 7 is a terrible number. There's deadly sins and stuff. Okay. Anyways.
All right, we want to remind everyone as we get into this to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
And you can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
With that, we will begin with Leviticus 26.
What? This is 46 verses, so you want to like
23-ish or so?
23-ish?
Yeah, okay.
Hand it on over.
All right. You shall make you no idols, neither shall you rear you up an engraved image, or a pillar, neither shall you place any figured stone in your land to bow down to it. For I am Yahweh your God. Drink.
Drink.
Here we
oh,
go.
boy.
Here we go.
First verse. God knows how to go out with a party.
So, yeah, as we have said before, clearly, like, this whole section of Leviticus was written by someone else. Some new person came in and decided, like, we're going to get all old English on y'all here.
Oh, you mean the
Oh,
translator?
translation-wise,
Yeah. It just, it feels like the King James Bible or something.
I do like that we're now getting more specific about the not making idols. So like kind of getting more legalistic with it. It's like, I see you just raising that pillar and trying to tell me, oh, it's just a pillar. Don't, I'm just trying to keep my roof up. But I see you secretly worshiping it when you go to bed at night. Like,
So is God basically looking at Aaron and being like, yeah, Aaron.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Like, in case this wasn't clear, because I didn't kill Aaron, because I'd already committed to having him be the priest.
Yeah, I wanted to kill him, but I decided not to.
Yeah, would
Okay.
have taken so long to refit someone else for the clothes.
Oh, man.
You know,
Gosh, yeah,
made
that
the
would've been a real
measurements
pain.
already.
Yeah. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahweh.
Wow,
Double.
2 for 2.
Double whammy.
Ugh.
If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give your rains in their season, and
I
the
almost
land
thought that said raisin in the sun, and
No.
I was like,
and your
That would
dreams
be
will
fun.
dry up like a raisin in the sun. Then I will give your rains in their season, and the land shall yield its increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Your threshing shall reach to the vintage, and the vintage shall reach to the sowing time, and you shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. I will give peace in the land, and you shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will cause evil animals to cease out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. I like
whoa,
this
does
thing.
that mean like I don't know, like what's an evil animal?
It's like that Eddie Izzard bit about like the evil giraffe. He's like, what? Oh, I will eat more acacia leaves on this tree than I should. And then other
this
giraffes
about Noah's Ark?
It was about
Was
Noah's
this-
Ark,
okay.
about distinguishing who, like how do you pick the good animals versus the evil
I
ones.
see.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I'm like, does this mean, like a dragon or like a scary like centaur? Or,
Oh, you're thinking like
yeah, like
fantasy
I see,
animals.
yeah.
exactly. Like he's not gonna have any fantasy, like evil fantasy animals come into the land.
I guess
Yeah,
that makes sense why
probably.
we can't find any of those.
There you go. Like
So
this is the moment.
that kind of means that unicorns are probably evil then.
no, they're so pretty.
Well, but that's how they get you.
Well, they do have
yeah.
that. They do have that stabby stab.
Uh-huh.
They do have that stabby
Yeah.
stab horn.
Yeah, okay.
But this verse 6 here, this whole and you shall lie down and none shall make you afraid and all that, it reminds me a little bit of that psalm.
Oh yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy sword and-
Excuse
yes.
you. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, like you make me lie down in green pastures.
Yes,
And
yeah.
that whole thing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely a little
Spoilers.
little preview.
Yeah.
Hashtag spoilers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
clearly the imagery is being set up.
That's
here.
true. That's true. Okay, you shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
Ooh.
Five of you. Sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me, I am stuttering because I'm so surprised here.
Wow, goodness.
5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall chase 10,000, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. This is like
Wow.
the movie 300.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, but
It's like a Game of Thrones, like the last episode of Game of Thrones. That
Oh, we
just
can't talk
happened.
Oh,
about
boy,
that
yeah, no,
here.
no, we
By the
can't-
time
we
this
don't.
comes out, it's going to be dated, and
Yeah, don't.
everyone's going to be chatting about all the new gossip and the new characters that died, and I'm still not going to care. Okay.
wait,
Wow.
no, okay. I just want to do some math here, real quick. So 5 of you shall chase 100. So we
Okay.
have roughly 1 person per 20.
Okay, 1
Yeah.
to
that
20.
we're chasing,
So,
right?
okay.
But then 100 of you shall chase 10,000. So that's a
What,
1 to
100?
1,000?
that's 100 to 1,
Oh, is it 100 to 1?
right? Did I do that math right? Yeah, 100 to
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 100 to 1.
Yeah.
So 1 to 100.
So 5%
So we've gone
versus what? 5%.
Well, you know, strength in numbers.
1%.
It's not linear, it's exponential.
No, I know. So I'm trying to calculate.
Is
It's
that
like,
what I'm
what's
saying?
the rate
5%
of-
and then 1%?
No,
What?
that's not
Wait,
what you're trying to
10,000?
say.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
It sounds like a discussion for the book of Numbers, so I'm going to keep reading.
You're right. Well, there'll be so many story
5 of you shall
problems in
chase
the book of
100,
Numbers.
5%,
Yep.
and then 100 of you shall chase 10,000.
So if there's 100 of you, you can chase something 100% bigger than you.
Yeah.
Is it 1%?
I will have respect to
So
you.
this is a weird way to say
and
those
make you
numbers.
fruitful and multiply you and will establish my covenant with you. You shall eat old store long kept, and you shall bring forth the old because of the new. What's that about? You want to look up another translation?
You
Well,
shall eat old
remember we talked
store.
about that before with the Sabbath year? That you
Yeah,
had
it's
to,
the
like,
same thing.
store
Just
up.
eat it.
Well, you
that
had to
you've
store up your
kept.
things to eat until the new ones come
Yes.
about. I'm pretty sure what that's about. What verse is that?
Verse
That's
10.
Verse 10? Okay.
Okay.
You shall bring forth the old because of the new.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's a little
I mean,
confusing.
most of these, let's see here. Let's look at our good friends here. The Good News Translation. Your harvest will be so plentiful that they will last for a year, and even then you will have to throw away what's left of the old harvest to make room for the new.
Okay.
Ah.
I see.
And the Message Bible says, you'll still be eating from last year's harvest when you have to clean out the barns to make room for the new crops.
So there'll be abundance.
Yeah, okay.
Is what he's saying.
Got it,
Okay.
got it.
I will set my tent among you, and my soul won't abhor you.
That's nice.
Thank you, God.
Oh, man. I'm going to say that. People are like, do you like me? And I'm like, well, my soul doesn't abhor you. So.
And they'll be like, thanks.
I will walk among you and will be your God, and you shall be my people.
Wait.
Huh.
Meaning, like, he's gonna be walking about?
You
I don't
know,
know.
Is this
Yeah.
a
Possibly.
metaphorical thing?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Well, I want the two of you to know.
Well, it's
That's
nice
the
to want
point.
things. That's okay. It's okay to want things, but
It's the point of reading this, right?
Yes.
Is that we get to decide.
You know
We
what?
don't get to
Once-
decide. We don't decide these things. It's right here in the book. It's obvious.
No, all I'm saying is that once upon a time, this podcast was about the two of you, like Bible people, telling me, the non-Bible person, about the Bible.
But I feel like
So
most
I
of it
expect
was
you to have the answers.
But is it not clear to you yet that most of this were like, this is new to me. I've
All
never
right,
read this.
fine.
Like,
Touche.
Yeah.
how do we understand this? Okay.
But I could say it could go either way. Maybe it's literal. Maybe it's metaphorical. I don't know.
I am Yahweh your God, who brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their bondservants. And I have broken the bars of your yoke and made you go upright.
So God is kind of like a lover who's like, did you see that thing that I got you? Oh my gosh, wasn't it amazing? Like
Or
this
like-
awesome watch that I got you. Don't you love it? He's always like,
Or the
I
husband
got
is like,
you out
hey,
of Egypt.
Like, hey,
remember?
I did the vacuuming. I vacuumed the house.
Yeah.
Did you not notice?
No, I
this
didn't.
thing that you
I didn't
normally do
because
like
I-
every single week and don't expect any thanks for. Like, hey, I did that. I did the vacuuming. Hey,
good
I did the
job.
vacuuming. Hey, I did the vacuuming. Why are you telling me that I don't do anything around the house? I vacuumed 6 weeks ago. Okay. Anyway.
yeah.
Now we resort to threats.
Yes. But if you will not listen to me and will not do all these commandments, and if you shall reject my statutes, and if your soul abhor my ordinances, so that you will not do all my commandments but break my covenant, I also will do this to you.
Oh,
Are y'all ready?
Yikes.
I will appoint terror over you, even consumption and fever, that shall consume the eyes and make the soul to pine away. And you shall sow your seed in vain,
Oh.
for your enemies shall eat it.
Wait.
Oh, literal seeds.
Literal seeds,
I was
not-
also very confused
Yeah,
about that.
I was like, wait a minute. So you're
Not
gonna
penile head.
Well, yes,
seeds.
you're gonna throw the penile seeds within the lady. The lady's gonna give a birth, and then you're gonna eat the baby.
Oh,
and
okay.
that's
yeah,
what I
that's-
thought.
Sure,
The
yeah.
enemies shall eat it. I mean,
'Cause
maybe.
maybe they're worshippers of Molech.
Oh, that's true.
So-
The ones who do.
But I don't
Well,
think
they sacrifice them. They don't eat
Yeah,
them.
they didn't eat them. They're not cannibals. Jace, gosh.
I will set my face against you, and you shall be struck before your enemies.
There's that setting the face against
There's
them
the big
again.
old God face all up in your
Ugh.
face.
Yeah.
Those who hate you shall rule over you, and you shall flee when none pursues you. If you will not yet for these things listen to me, then I will chastise you 7 times more for your
Whoa.
sins. Whew.
There's 7
This is
again.
7, yeah.
Seven,
Yeah.
seven,
Very
seven,
I will
seven.
break the pride of your power, and I will make your sky as iron, and your earth as brass, and your strength shall be spent in vain. For your land shall not yield its increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruit. So here comes some of the first seeds of this notion of like, oh, a hurricane messed up Texas. It's got to be because of the gays.
that
These
you've
what?
earned it because you haven't followed these ordinances.
Yes, so God is punishing you.
Wait.
Oh, no, that's an argument that people make all the time. No, all the time. Honestly, Emily, like any time
What?
there's some kind of natural disaster, there's always some kind of super conservative, traditional evangelical leader who comes out and makes at least an indirect implication that maybe this is because America is getting kind of loose on its morals. And usually
Whatever
it has
those morals are. Yeah.
Usually it has to do with like homosexuality and kind of, making references to Sodom and Gomorrah. Like,
Or it's about single mothers, or
Yes.
it's about,
To the single mother that is listening to this podcast right now, I love you. You know who you are.
and I've heard that our podcast is popular with mothers, so you're in the
you're right.
place.
You're right.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, is your mother into this now?
I don't know if my mom's listened to this
Get her
one
on.
yet.
Get her on this.
Yeah.
God. Ugh.
So this definitely seems to be the, kind of the origin of maybe that story of, if bad things are happening to you, it's because you've done something to deserve the wrath of God.
Well, we talked about this a lot in Job.
Yes.
Yeah, I know,
yes.
but
okay.
goodness.
I will send the animal of the field among you, which shall rob you of your children,
Whoa.
and destroy your cattle, and make you few in number, and your ways shall become desolate. If by these things you won't be reformed to me, but will walk contrary to me, then will I also walk contrary to you, and I will strike you, even I. Can you believe it? Me, Yahweh.
Yeah.
I'm such a nice guy.
I know. I would
Like,
never do that,
I would
but
never
I
do
will.
that. I would never hit a woman. Okay, even I, 7 times
Dedeker
for your
is on a
sins.
I know.
freaking roll right now. Shit.
Seriously. She wants to make this as dark as it can be.
Okay, I can back off. Let's
It's
toss it
time.
over to Emily. I'm about halfway through the chapter.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Emily,
Here we go.
lighten things up for
Okay.
us.
Yeah, 7 times. 7 again.
Can I just read this quote from the Message Bible?
Yes,
Please
you
do.
absolutely may.
I really enjoyed this translation. It was verse 22. It says, I'll set wild animals on you. They'll rob you of your children, kill your cattle, and decimate your numbers until you think you're living in a ghost town.
Which, okay, hang on.
Wait,
hang on. Okay, I have
that's
a
like
quiz.
an
Quick quiz.
insertion that-
Very quick quiz.
yeah.
I have a quick quiz. Okay.
yeah.
When you read that, what animal comes to your brain?
Oh, see, I was thinking the dingo.
Oh, okay.
Baby.
You're thinking dingoes. Dingoes rob your
Oh.
babies and like turn things into a ghost town. What was the animal in
No,
your
I
brain?
thought it was like, some wolves or something.
Okay.
What were
I
you
had
thinking?
like baboons.
Oh, really?
Like
some
no,
angry,
like
scary
a jackal,
monkeys.
like a jackal or something.
No, I'm definitely more about baboons because I'm like, what animal can actually steal your babies? They have to have opposable thumbs.
I
Surely.
mean, you don't have to. You can pick it up with your jackal mouth.
You could. That's
Yeah.
true.
Run out
That's
of the
true.
building.
That is the best way to pick up a baby is with your jackal mouth.
Can you
I
please?
hope we're not being offensive in any way. Goodness.
Oh, we definitely are. Don't you worry.
All right. Okay, sorry.
It's people listening on the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So, here we go.
first, so what? 25.
Yep, 25. I will bring a sword on you that shall execute the vengeance of the covenant, and you shall be gathered together within your cities, and I will send the pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. Who's the enemy?
Just any enemy.
all the enemies.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
enemy.
There's
You know,
plenty of 'em.
obviously. When I break your staff of bread,
Hey, you see this cool sweet staff of bread I got here?
I'm gonna break it like those giant French baguettes. You know the ones
Yeah.
at Trader Joe's.
Oh,
that you
yeah,
can get.
yeah.
It's
They're
like a staff.
no,
Yeah.
seriously, they're like 3 to 4 feet
Yeah,
long,
like a wizard staff.
He's just gonna be like, "Look at this bread. Look at how good it is." No bread for you.
Breaks it over
and he
his
breaks
knee.
it exactly.
That makes
okay.
sense.
When I break your staff of bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver your bread again by weight. And you shall eat and not be satisfied.
I looked up some translations here
Okay,
because
I'm trying really hard to feel a sense of dread reading that verse, and I just can't. Like, what is this world where 10 women baking bread in one oven was a scary thing?
It's
or
very scary. Well, and then you eat all the bread, and, you're like,
and you're still not
and you're like,
satisfied?
I can feel my stomach bulging, and yet I am not satisfied.
What is this about, Jays? What do
yeah,
other
it's
translations say?
okay. So like the Good News translation says, "I will cut off your food supply." So that's the staff of bread is
Okay.
okay.
your
all
food
right.
supply, so that 10 women will need only one oven to bake all the bread they have.
Oh, okay.
They will ration it out, and when you have eaten it all, you'll still be hungry.
Okay, so just we're gonna make
well, that makes way more
way
sense
more
than
sense.
this.
Yeah.
Goodness, it sounds like you're like gorging yourself with bread and like being, gluttonous, and then still I'm not satisfied. Okay. If you won't for all this listen to me, but walk contrary to me, then I will walk contrary to you in wrath, and I will also chastise you 7 times for your sins. Okay, 7, 7, 7.
Yes.
Like that movie, but with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly
guys.
like that movie.
Yeah. You shall
like that movie at all.
Whoa, you shall eat the flesh of your sons,
Ooh.
and the flesh of your daughters you shall eat. This is
Oh,
horrifying.
it's really
this
escalating.
is horrifying, Leviticus.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm sorry. I'm looking up other translations because I'm like, what could this possibly?
I think it's on the nose.
Yeah, I mean,
I think because
you're
he's
gonna
leading up
eat
to this
your
whole thing
kiddos.
of like I'm gonna make it be like a famine, and there's not gonna be enough food, and you're gonna resort to cannibalism. That's how terrible it's gonna be.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, the message says the famine will be so severe that you'll end up cooking and eating your sons in stews and your daughters in barbecues.
Wait, literally?
The message.
Literally?
The message. The message. Why?
Daughter barbecue.
Who?
What
Yeah.
in the world?
Okay.
Sons in
some-
stews and daughters in barbecues.
Some writer was like, I'm gonna get poetic here
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
get real specific.
I'm going to try to
Yeah.
make a really bad rhyme right now. Stew and barbecue. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so I get it. So it's this threat that it's just going to be so bad.
that you're gonna have to destroy
They're
your
like-
own children. To
Yeah,
eat.
that you're like, Timmy, I love you, but you know what? I
Into the
gotta
stew
gotta
pot.
live. I gotta
Yeah.
live. So get the hell over here.
Yeah, Timmy, get in the pot. Vanessa, get on this grill.
Vanessa,
gonna
roll
spit
around
you.
in some sauce first, please,
yeah.
if you can help it.
If you could actually just sit in this sauce for
boy.
a few hours and maybe overnight, and then tomorrow.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, this really isn't
This is horrible,
funny. This
yeah.
isn't funny, but we gotta make light of it somehow. Okay. I will destroy your high places and cut down your sun images and cast your dead bodies on the bodies of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you. Abhor you. Abhor you.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I will make your cities a waste, and I will bring your sanctuaries to desolation, and I won't smell the savor of your sweet odors.
Wait, try reading that again so we can hear you.
And I won't smell the savor of your sweet odors. It's just
Okay.
funny because we always used to be like,
I know.
this
Just like,
but he's like,
"Ugh."
you know what? I won't smell
Won't
it.
even
even
I will
smell it.
plug my nose.
Yeah, your sweet odors, nah.
Can I just say, this is all terrible stuff, but at least it's very colorful.
I mean, God really
Yeah.
knows how to bring it when he's talking about like,
yeah, this is really
all the
where
stuff
he shines.
that he's going to do. Yeah, you know, that's ironic that he shines and talking about all the terrible things that he's going to do to humankind.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
trying to figure out what sun images are.
Oh, that's got to be a reference to worshiping sun gods, right?
Yeah, you're right.
He's
that
calling him
probably
out. He's
is.
like, I know there's still some of you that are hanging on.
Oh,
to
is
this
that
whole
like
sun god thing.
that's like an Egyptian thing?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, back in the day. Like
Well,
Ra.
there's many
There's
cultures.
Ra.
Yeah, there's many cultures that would worship the sun, but it was, Egyptians were one of them.
The Message Bible is really just crushing it with
Oh,
this
what
whole
are
section.
they doing now?
I'll smash your sex and religion shrines
Whoa!
and all the paraphernalia that goes with them, and then stack your corpses and the idol corpses in the same piles.
Wow, message. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Wait, what kind of shrine? Sex and religion?
Sex and religion with like hyphens in between. Sex and
Sex
religion,
and religion
is one.
shrines.
Sex and
Okay.
religion.
And all the paraphernalia that goes with them. So I'm gonna like smash all your glass dildos and
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yep. And all those things, and then
light all the temple prostitutes on fire.
and then stack your corpses and the idol corpses in the same piles. I just feel like this has escalated so quickly.
It really
It really
has.
is. God is like, if all of that wasn't enough, Moses, sit your ass down because we're going to talk about some stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay? Goodness. Okay. Then shall the land enjoy its Sabbath.
No, but enjoy the Sabbath. Have fun.
Right, there's
Don't
more.
forget to have fun.
Well,
There's
oh,
more
sorry.
threats. 32
Wait.
Oh,
is
yeah.
where we left off.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Okay, yes. I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies that dwell therein shall be astonished at it.
Wow.
Jeez, look at that.
Wow. I'm astonished.
You will I scatter among the nations, and I will draw out the sword after you, and your land shall be a desolation, and your cities shall be a waste. Then shall the land enjoy its Sabbaths, as long as it lies desolate, and you are in your enemy's land, even then the land shall rest.
Oh, so it's saying that once I've destroyed you, then the land is going to get a
Get to
freaking
rest.
break from
Yeah.
you.
And
you
enjoy
waste
its
of
Sabbaths.
space.
Yeah.
Okay? And enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, it shall have rest, even the rest which it didn't have in your Sabbaths, when you lived on it.
I see. So if you don't give it the Sabbaths, I will give it the ultimate Sabbath
by getting rid of
just
you.
destroying you.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. As for those who are left of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, and the sound of a driven leaf shall chase them.
Like a Nissan Leaf.
Yeah, I'm like, which actually makes, exactly, it doesn't make a sound at all. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, like I used to have an electric car and it barely made a sound
Well,
at all.
it just
It was
shows
more
how-
like a rocket ship.
It shows like what faintness of heart they have, that even the sound of a Nissan Leaf, they're like, oh
I
dear.
see. You're right.
Yeah. Okay, so a driven leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as one flees from the sword, and they shall fall when none pursues. It's so weird. It's like just, I see like chaos. Just people
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
around, nothing pursuing them, like being fearful of things that aren't there, and dying and having like their babies just eaten up in smoke and then sticking them on the fireplace. I don't know, man. This is a lot. Anyways, okay. They shall stumble on one another, as it were before the sword when none pursues, and you shall have no power to stand before your enemies. You shall perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. Those who are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them. They shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers in their trespass which they trespassed against me, and also that because they walked contrary to me.
Yahweh's
What
starting to
is
run out of
this?
steam a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
he's-
just like
What does the message say?
in verse 40 there.
Yeah, like just all of this, the 39 and 40.
Okay, let's see here. 39. Is there a way to just filter by just always the message?
Yeah, come on, that's all that we want to hear.
So any who are left will slowly rot away in the enemy lands.
Okay.
Rot.
Oh.
Full stop.
What?
And all because of
Was
their
it in
sins.
capitals? Rot.
Well, capital R, like it was just a standalone rot, period.
Where? Okay.
So any who are left will slowly rot away in the enemy lands, period.
Rot. Period. Okay.
And all because of their sins, comma, their sins compounded by their ancestors' sins. On the other hand, if they confess, ... which is in quotes. The on the other hand, if they confess is in quotes.
Okay.
I don't know what that's about. Okay, so that was 39. And then 40 is oh my gosh. This is so okay. On the other hand, if they confess their sins and the sins of their ancestors, their treacherous betrayal, the defiance.
Ooh.
This is much clearer. This is much
Yeah.
more clearly
Yeah,
worded than this.
Oh, we're not
World
to the end of the
English.
sentence, though.
Yeah,
That's why it's not
that's why
quite
it's a-
making sense.
yeah.
All right,
We
can
need to
I-
keep
Should I
reading.
finish? Okay, so they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers and their trespass which they trespassed against me, and also that, because they walked contrary to me, I also walked contrary to them, and brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised heart be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, excuse me, I have to swallow. Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob and sons, and also my covenant with Isaac and sons, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
Okay, so it's they
Goodness.
if they're having a rough time, but if they are humbled and they accept the punishment and they confess to their sins, then
He'll be like, okay, I remember
I
you,
will-
Jacob and Abraham.
I will
and
give them a
Isaac.
pass. Okay.
So like if we go back to this though, like from the beginning, God's like, so yeah, like do all these things I said, everything's gonna be great. You're gonna have so much food, and like
Oh my
on the
gosh,
Sabbath,
don't
you're
you
gonna be
worry.
okay. Don't
Except,
no problem. But like, hey, but let's be real. If you don't do this, like
I
It's-
will kill
I will
everyone.
mess you up.
but it escalates. It's like I will things are not going to go good. You're not going to have food. You're going to be real hungry. And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm just going to destroy you and throw your corpses on piles with your altars.
And you know what? You're going to barbecue your own kids. And that will not be a sweet savor.
And you're going to be running around left and right.
Me.
There's going to be Nissan Leafs that are just running amok, chasing you down.
And you're falling over with no swords around you.
Yeah.
But it's cool. But if you just confess and apologize, then we're cool. Well, we could be cool again.
Right?
Yeah.
No problem,
we went
man.
so far.
I can't just see Moses cowering in the corner as he's hearing all this and just being like, okay, it'll be over soon. I promise it'll be over soon. He's just telling himself this.
Yeah.
Okay. So where am I?
43.
Okay. The land also shall be left by them, and shall enjoy its Sabbaths, while it lies desolate without them, and they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, because they rejected my ordinances, and their soul abhorred my statutes. Yet for all that, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not reject them, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them. For I am Yahweh their God.
Drink.
I need a drink.
Yeah. Need a good drink after that. We really...
We're almost there.
I'm a little freaked out. I'm a little scared.
It's okay. 2 more verses, and then you get to sing. By sing, I mean talk. Okay. For I am Yahweh their God, but I will, for their sakes, remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the nations, that I might be their God. I am Yahweh.
Again.
Drink.
All right.
Yeah. These are the statutes and ordinances and laws which Yahweh made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by Moses.
That was some intensity there.
Good Lord.
Now, this is interesting because that felt like a conclusion.
It did.
Where it's and these were all the laws, the end, and we still have a chapter to go.
And it's psych!
What do you, I mean...
But just one more thing.
Is this going to be, is this
Moses right now
one
is
more thing?
He's dozing off in the corner.
Wait, he was cowering in the corner for a second. Now
he
he's
was
back to dozing.
Well, yeah, he was cowering, and then Yahweh was like, Mount Sinai by Moses. And he's like, oh, okay.
We're good. Now we're fine.
And then
But
Yahweh's
also
going to
Moses,
be
there's
like,
just one last thing.
and then Yahweh's going to be like, speak to the children. And then, okay.
Okay, all right, everyone refill your drinks, and let's get ready to go on. All right, this is it. The last chapter of the whole thing.
Thank goodness.
Our world records around the corner. Leviticus 27.
We can see it in sight. How many, you've got...
Make sure that the Guinness
30,
World Book of Records people are here.
Yeah,
you've got
witness it.
34 chapters to go. Or
verses. Yeah.
Verses.
Okay. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying,
I bet he
I'm
did.
sorry, one more thing. One last thing.
Moses, you up? Get up. We're doing this one more time. Okay.
Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, when a man shall accomplish a vow, the persons shall be for Yahweh by your estimation.
Let's
What?
start right on the gate and ask the message
one
what
more
the heck
time?
this means. Consult the
Excuse
oracle,
me?
please.
The oracle of the message.
Yes.
Okay, it says, tell them, if anyone wants to What? If anyone wants to vow the value of a person to the service of God, comma.
What?
Ours ended in a period, and this one ends in a comma.
Okay.
What else do we have here? The good news says, when any of you have been given to the Lord in fulfillment of a special vow,
Okay.
you may be set free by the payment of the following sums of money.
Okay, I think this means this is how much different people are worth to buy them as servants and slaves. That's what
That's
I think.
what we're ending on, God?
Yeah. Okay, this makes sense.
Yes.
This all makes sense now. So
This is like
let's
the
find out
balance
how
sheet.
much we're worth.
Okay.
Cool. I bet $10 says men will be worth more than women.
Most definitely. Definitely Jace is going to come out ahead here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I
I'm
bet you'll
counting
still
on
be.
it.
Now,
I
we
bet
are not
even Dedeker and I
virgins.
to get. No.
Oh, that's
Okay,
true.
so
You might
it's
not
that-
be very valuable, actually.
No,
I guess
you're
it depends
definitely
on the
worth more
purpose.
than both of us combined. and the cat and the dog.
But if you were virgins, I kind of think one of you might be worth more than me. I don't know.
Okay, can one of us be an honorary virgin just to play the game?
Which of you is the virgin tonight?
Please never ask that question again.
It sounded creepier than I meant it to. I'm sorry.
I know we're both like,
I'll be the honorary virgin.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do that.
Dedeker
Okay.
the virgin. Love it. Okay, verse 3.
Do you though? Do you though?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're role playing. It's fun. We're acting. Your estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old even to 60 years
Oh
old.
wow.
Even your estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver after the shekel of the sanctuary.
Okay, so you're
Obviously.
worth 50 shekels, James.
50
Okay.
shekels.
Okay.
Okay.
Me
Yeah.
and everyone from 20 to 60.
Okay.
Cool.
All the men from 20 to 60. If it be a female, then your estimation shall be 30 shekels.
Okay, so
Tips.
we're at a base
Typical.
of 30.
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
we're going to get any more modifiers there.
Okay. If it be from 5 years old even to 20 years old, then your estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels and for the female 10 shekels.
So if
Okay.
if we had a little baby boy in here,
Well, no, 5 to 20, so like a teenager.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay. I don't know if they go into like virgins or not, but maybe I'll assume 5 to 20, teenager, likely keeping you a virgin to be
Right,
marriageable.
probably, yeah.
So I'll take one for the team
so you're going to be a 10 shekelled
and be
lady,
a 10 shekel lady.
and I'll be a 30 shekelled
Yes,
lady, and
okay.
Jason will be a
Okay.
50 shekelled boy.
So
Okay.
you're a teenager. Okay,
Yes,
got
okay.
it. Okay. If it be from a month old even to 5 years old, then your estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female your estimation shall be 3 shekels of
is the
silver.
biblical basis of the gender pay gap. I mean, I know this is about like
You're right.
not paying to the person, but the value of the person. But
Be
it's
that as it
still-
may, it's still
Still, yeah.
the value. Well, we can pay them less because they're worthless.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Can I point out a strange thing here, though?
Sure.
So for the people from 20 to 60, it's 50 to 30.
Yes.
Right? So a 5 to 3. Right? So a little more than half.
Yeah.
And then for the 5 years old to 20 years old, it's half. It's 20 to 10.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then when we're younger, when we're 5 months old to 5 years, or sorry, a month old to 5 years old, then it's 5 to 3 again.
Yeah, that's weird.
So it's like the women sort of drop in relative value between the
when
ages
they're
of
a
5
teenager.
and 20, which seems to me like it would be the opposite, right?
Yeah, because potentially you're a virgin, but
That's when you would most want to be selling them.
but you're selling them for like what? For work?
I'm
To be
also confused about
workers?
that.
I don't know. Okay.
The
All right.
special vow to the Lord involving the valuation of persons. I'm trying to the other translations
we can
don't.
we can
we
do
can
it. We
research
can
it for
research.
bonus.
Yes,
Yeah,
bonus,
for sure.
bonus
All
away.
right. Right. So then, if it be from 60 years old and upward, if it be a male, then your estimation shall be 15 shekels. So when you turn 60, you drop from 50 to 15,
Dang.
and the female 10. So this is the best exchange rate.
It seems
on
unlikely
women.
to me that
Wait a
anyone
minute,
would
wait a
even
minute.
live past 60
Oh no,
at, this,
260.
at this
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, but 15 and 10. So now we're only at a 3 to 2 ratio
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
price.
Huh.
So relatively speaking, women are worth much more when they're over 60.
Yeah.
But if he be poorer than your estimation, then he shall be set before the priest, and the priest shall value him. According to the ability of him who vowed, shall the priest value him.
So as in, you don't agree that this person is actually worth
You don't think
15
they're worth-
shekels.
Yeah.
You can bring
They're
him
not
to the
worth
priest and be
anything.
like, hey, priest, now really, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
Look
I
at
think
this
guy is
guy.
worth
He's kind of like
maybe 10 at
got
most.
some weird
Come
liver
on.
spots. He complains all the time.
Yeah,
like, you
come
really
on.
think this is worth 15 of my
Yeah.
hard-earned shekels?
I don't
And
think
it says,
is.
according to the ability of him who vowed, shall the priest value him. So it's like, this guy is kind of a layabout. Like, we're not going to value him as much.
Okay.
Okay. If it be
He's lazy.
a animal,
Oh.
yeah. If it be a animal, whereof men offer an offering to Yahweh, all that any man gives of such to Yahweh shall be holy. We've changed subjects. Okay.
Wait, what?
Now we're on animals.
So
Okay.
if you offer something to Yahweh, all of it is holy now.
Cool.
He shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good.
Okay.
And if he shall at all change animal for animal, then both it and that for which it is changed shall be holy. Meaning belonging to God and to Aaron and the priests, I think.
Yes, that makes sense.
So if I say like, yeah, this is the offering here, and then I try to swap it out, they're like, gotcha, both of them are ours.
Okay, so don't try to pull any kind of sneaky moves.
Yeah.
No fast ones because we'll
Yes.
just take them all.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if you're like, this one's the offering, and they're like, okay. Because it's not a very good one. And you're like, no, I'll swap it out for this one. That's great. And then they're like, gotcha.
Still.
Both of those are
them.
ours.
Dang. That is
What a
not very
grift.
nice.
What a grift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. If it be any unclean animal of which they do not offer an offering to Yahweh, then he shall set the animal before the priest, and the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as you the priest value it, so shall it be. We're suddenly talking in second person to the priest. Okay. But if he will indeed redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of it to your estimation.
Okay, this sounds like there's
Extra
some kind of
20%.
extra tacked on charge.
Okay.
There's an extra 20% for something. For if he will indeed redeem it. Make it clean? Is that what that means?
I don't
It's
know.
confusing. Okay. When a man shall sanctify his house, it's a house now. Okay. When a man shall sanctify his house to be holy to Yahweh, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad. As the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. If he who sanctified it will redeem his house, this is like buying it back again.
Yes.
I see. Okay. That's redeeming. So he shall redeem his house, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of your estimation to it, and it shall be his.
Like interest?
Yeah, right? That it's like you sold it. It almost
feels like
seems
more
like
like
you're
a
selling it to
finder's
the
fee.
church or something,
It's
and then you want to buy it back again.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like the principle of interest, but not quite.
Yeah, because I thought we weren't allowed to do interest at some point. Anyway, but it's fine. It's a 1/5 part. It's for the church, so it's
Cool.
different.
Of course.
If a man shall sanctify to Yahweh part of the field of his possession, then your estimation shall be according to the sowing of it. The sowing of a homer of barley.
A homer of barley.
All these new units of measurement.
Yeah, I'm curious to look up what a homer is.
Do you think anyone else is curious?
Are you curious?
No.
He's
He's gonna do it anyway.
No, I'm
I
gonna
feel like
do it.
it's the homer of barley, like 1 unit of the guy who wrote the Iliad
Oh yeah.
and the
yeah.
Odyssey.
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
see. Yeah, so whatever he weighed, you.
I meant just him personally.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, whatever he weighed, but
Okay.
a single unit of homer.
Whatever. It's some unit of measurement. I can't even find a good thing. It's used later on in the Bible, actually, though. So we
Alright.
will get a homer again in Hosea.
Who's Hosea?
Is a character from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Keep going.
My eyes
This-
just glazed over there. Okay.
The sowing of a homer of barley shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver.
So as much as a man.
As much as a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. This is a big deal, this
Yeah.
barley homer.
If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubilee, according to your estimation, it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon to him the money according to the years that remain to the year of Jubilee, and an abatement shall be made from your estimation.
Okay, the same thing of this math that other people would have had to deal with, but thankfully not us.
Oh, gosh.
Right, if like the closer we are to the
Yes.
Jubilee, the cheaper it's going to be because
Yes.
there's only
Yeah,
going
and
to
it's
be
like,
so
but
many
wait a minute,
years.
which year is the Jubilee
Yes.
actually and which year
Right.
isn't?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If he who sanctified the field will indeed redeem it, then obviously he shall add the fifth part of the money to your estimation to it, and it shall be assured to him. So 20%. Got it. If he will not redeem the field, or if he has sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goes out in Jubilee, shall be holy to Yahweh, as a field devoted. The possession of it shall be the priest's. So if he dedicates it to Yahweh and then sells it to someone else at Jubilee, it stays the priest's? Is
Sounds
that
like,
kind of what we're
sounds like
getting?
that? Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Wow. Emily's throwing up her arms in confusion.
I couldn't say. But
Okay.
Yeah.
If he sanctify to Yahweh a field which he has bought, which is not the field of his possession, right? Because at Jubilee it'll go
yes,
back.
it'll all go back,
Okay.
yeah.
Then the priest shall reckon to him the worth of your estimation to the year of Jubilee. Yep. And he shall give your estimation in that day as a holy thing to Yahweh.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. In the year of the Jubilee, the field shall return to him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land belongs. Yeah, this use of even is still confusing.
Even to him. Yeah.
Yeah. All your estimations shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel.
Like, is that like a smaller unit of measurement to
It's
the
like,
shekel?
it's like the penny of the shekel, you know?
The 20 to 1
I'm assuming
Yeah.
Dedeker just acts like she knows this.
Yeah, she does.
That's
Did
how I
you-
get through life.
When you
Do you not know me?
No, I definitely know, but I just figure that you do know everything.
are
Well,
shekel,
it's because I'm a mastermind. It's because I'm very good at fooling everyone around me.
where are shekels still used, if any?
In Israel.
They are still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were there also gerahs?
I don't remember.
Gerah.
I don't remember.
Click
Yeah.
my tongue at you.
I love it. I tried to look up what a gerah is, and it said it's a unit of weight and currency, which according to the Bible was an equivalent to 1/20th of a shekel.
Okay, so
I'm
it
like,
sounds
yeah,
like-
duh. That's what we just covered right here.
Maybe
you
not
go.
in use anymore.
Okay.
20
yeah.
gerahs shall be the shekel. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Only the firstborn among animals.
How do you even know? Like, what if you have 20 puppies that come out? I mean, even 10 puppies.
You gotta
I don't-
mark that
puppies.
one.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're sacrificing a puppy to
I hope
Yahweh.
not, yeah.
It was herd animals like sheep and goats and
Listen,
stuff like that.
I'm vegan and I don't sacrifice nothing. I love all the animals.
Yes, but these are people who are not vegan, who don't love all the animals, who
This is-
love.
This is the main
Not-
part of Leviticus that I have hated.
All
Yeah.
the animals dying.
I've,
Yes.
I've kind of hated all the laws around like sexuality and menstruation, but
Well, I
Yeah.
hate that too, but I also hate the animal
Okay.
killing.
This is some rough things here, yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Only the firstborn among animals, which is made a firstborn to Yahweh, no man shall sanctify it. Whether it be ox or sheep, it is Yahweh's. If it be of an unclean animal, then he shall ransom it, according to your estimation, and shall add to it the 5th part of it. Or if it isn't redeemed, then it shall be sold according to your estimation. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like this whole redeeming thing is still. So the redeeming is buying it back, I thought.
yes,
But what's this whole pledging it thing? Or
I think you just
tell
made up that
sanctify
word.
it.
Yeah,
Sanctify.
pledging.
it.
Yeah, can you look up the message again?
Yeah, I love
It is
looking
our
up the message.
it's our translation for this translation.
It's this, I love that. We need a translation for our translation.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously. Let's see. Okay, the message says, no one is allowed to dedicate the firstborn of an animal. The firstborn as firstborn already belongs to God. No matter if it's cattle or sheep, it already belongs to God.
What?
Go to verse 27. That's when we get into the ransoming and redeeming and sanctifying.
Okay,
and,
yeah, got it. So that was, so in this it's using the word dedicate
Yes.
as the...
As in Dedeker.
Yeah, exactly. Like me.
Yes, yes. If it's one of the ritually unclean animals, he can buy it back at its assessed value by adding 20% to it. If he doesn't redeem it, it is to be sold at its assessed value. So this must be a firstborn then.
Yeah, seems
So
that
like
way.
of all the firstborns, those just go to the priests. If it's clean, they keep it and it's a sacrifice. But if it's an unclean animal, you could buy it back.
buy it back, yes. But
Okay.
you'd have to buy it back with interest, essentially. Or with a markup.
Yeah, 20%.
Uh-huh.
Got it. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote to Yahweh of all that he has, whether of man or animal, or all the fields of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy to Yahweh.
So anything that you've specifically given to Yahweh or devoted to Yahweh, that doesn't get to be bought or sold or
No
bartered
take-back.
with or
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
like
that makes sense.
Yes.
And that's where no takebacks originated.
Yeah,
It
no
all makes
takesies,
sense.
backsies.
No takesies, backsies. No backsies is, I think, the original translation.
Okay.
No backsies. No one devoted who shall be devoted from among men shall be ransomed. He shall surely be put to death.
Oh,
Wait,
course.
what?
is this referring to human sacrifice in the name of Yahweh?
That it couldn't possibly be, because Yahweh was very clear a couple books ago about that not being a thing we do.
Wait,
yes,
in which
but
book?
this seems to imply that if someone is quote unquote devoted, they can't be bought back. They have to be put to death. And so that just leaves me with some questions.
Okay, the message says no human who has been devoted to destruction can be redeemed. Whatever that
Devoted to
means.
destruction.
Maybe someone who is like up for punishment of some kind. No one can be like, wait, I'll buy them. I'll like pay off whatever their debts or their
Like, yeah, basically, like, they're out on parole or something, or like buy them on bail.
Yeah,
get
it's like
them out
no,
on
you
bail.
can't bail them out. Like they have
No,
to.
we're
be,
gonna kill them.
They got to be killed.
Too bad.
I feel like we're going to need to look some stuff up about that because that's
Okay.
real confusing there. Verse 29 is a confusing
Okay.
one. All the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is Yahweh's. It is holy to Yahweh. If a man will redeem anything of his tithe, he shall add to it the fifth part of it. All the tithe of the herd or the flock, whatever passes under the rod, the 10th shall be holy to Yahweh. He shall not search, and that's holy as in, oh, holy night.
Yes.
Not
The
completely.
stars are
Yes.
brightly shining.
Yes. He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and that for which it is changed shall be holy. It shall not be
That
redeemed.
same thing. The same very like no
Yeah,
backsies.
No backsies.
Yes.
No
If you
backsies,
try to
yes.
backsies, I get both.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the commandments which Yahweh commanded Moses for the children of Israel in Mount Sinai.
Wow. The end.
The end.
The end.
End of
World
Leviticus.
record completed.
Woo!
Broken.
Booyah.
Okay, time for us to throw a world record celebrating party.
I mean, we
Ooh,
did.
yeah.
We did.
That'd
Just,
be fun.
We
We're
got to the
already
end of
drinking,
Leviticus. My
Yeah.
goodness, we read all of it.
I know.
Yeah,
All of the
seriously.
Levitical
Amazing.
laws.
Amazing.
I feel like it's like finishing Lost. I have more questions at the end than I got answers.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Well, I definitely feel more afraid of breaking rules and
Yeah.
of knowing, what I'm going to do that's going to be clean or unclean or not.
Yeah, it's very technical, the way to follow all these rules.
yeah,
For sure.
I agree. Like, I would be maybe in a constant sense of fear, which maybe is what God wants. Because aren't you supposed to fear God?
Yeah,
That was
you
said in
definitely
this book
are.
several times.
But you
yes.
basically have to like live in fear because you're worried that maybe you're gonna screw it up.
Well, it's funny because
something.
earlier on
Yeah.
we joked. I don't remember if this was in Exodus or if this was in Leviticus, but the stuff about like if you accidentally have committed a wrong and you realize it, then this is the type of offering you need to give. And we were like, that's weird. And now I'm like, no, I get it.
Yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
wait, I'm
definitely.
sorry, I didn't realize that's what that meant.
Yeah.
I've definitely
Okay.
gotten more. The story that I'm starting to craft in my head is more this one of a weird power dynamic where the priests control everything.
Huh.
It's a little
And are-
conspiracy theory.
It's
yeah.
a little bit like they feel like the 1%, honestly,
Yeah.
where it's like
Mm.
they are supported by everyone else. Everyone brings them all of their food. They get the
Okay.
choicest meats,
Choicest.
the choicest
Choicest.
lambs.
Yeah.
They get all the nice stuff, but they're the ones who decide how
What the
much your
laws are
house is
about it.
valued
Yeah.
at, how much your animals are valued at. They decide whether or not you can hang out in camp, if your skin disease is too bad or not. It's like they have all the decision-making power and are getting the benefit of like everyone else's efforts.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the laws about how much and what things need to be given are also being told to the people.
Yes,
by,
and they're also controlling like the
by them,
judiciary.
yeah.
They're making
Yeah.
all the judgments. I'm like, this seems a little dangerous.
Yeah, we are kind of putting all the power in one thing,
Uh-huh.
right? Like
Yeah.
making legal decisions and financial decisions, but also our religious decisions are all happening.
So my
in this one
question
place.
is like, are our cast of characters going to stay the same moving into numbers? Is Moses and Aaron and all of them still going to be hanging out, or did they like conveniently die and then
Conveniently.
Conveniently, jeez.
I don't know
mean,
about that.
Like they might die at the beginning of the next book.
Yeah, it's like, and then Aaron buried Moses, and then Aaron's sons buried Aaron, kind of thing. I guess we'll find out. But
We'll find out. I actually
yeah.
will. I will say, I really know nothing about numbers.
Did you ever read Numbers?
I definitely read parts of Numbers.
I'm sure parts have been read to me, but
I
I've
don't know-
never.
I know
like,
nothing about it
intentionally-
either.
believe
Uh-huh.
we are going to get some more story
Oh,
with Numbers.
Oh,
like
that's
it's not
fun.
just going to be a bunch of more laws. Like we are going to get a little bit more story. I
Okay.
believe. Please do not quote me on that.
I'm really looking forward to just all story problems, all math story problems. That's what I want out of numbers.
Right.
I hope I'm not disappointed.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess thank you so much for listening to Leviticus with us. We've had a blast with you. It's been trying at times, a little gross at other times, but mostly it's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot of things, and we can't wait to get into numbers with you next week.
Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including bonus episodes, new series, guest interviews, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email at info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Emily Matlack, Dedeker Winston, and me, Jace Lindgren. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the Book of Leviticus is Jet Powered Vixen by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.